today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack.
Lamar Jackson.
A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Raekwon McMillan, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
On first down, Carr. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Henry Ruggs. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Henry Ruggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
something
well,
else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
From the ball carrier.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Miles Boykin. That's good.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. But now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
At the 18-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And this is caught at the 8.
Jackson's,
and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
20 yards.
Jackson from the shotgun, and down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Tanner Muse in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Shotgun now for Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Gain of 13 yards.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And the Ravens taking the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more.
And the Raiders have got him. Tanner Muse able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, that's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 85 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. He had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 27.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the gun, Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Carr. That's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Complete.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. And a Las Vegas 1st down.
Again, it's Carr. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Complete.
3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball carried by the wide receiver, Joyner.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Space to maneuver at the 40. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
10 at the 44-yard line.
And here's Jackson on the option. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jackson with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys.
He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
To Henry Ruggs.
Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down, Las Vegas.
Throwing on first down, it's Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of
able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
38-yard line.
Now Carr again. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 77 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Carr now on first down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
A gain of 59 yards. And a Raider first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Carr now on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
To number 81.
A 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Carlson on for the point.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something
through an opening, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, They have refined route running ability.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. From the gun, Carr. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up.
Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Goal at the 1-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Intended for Mark Ingram. Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson will throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
A 67-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Justin Tucker.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, take him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Carr will try it again on second down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Carlson on for the PAT.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 3rd and long. He's set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down and goal to go.
Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted by the Raiders.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Carr. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
To number 81.
A big play there. 91 yards. And the Raiders are pouring it on. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back. And sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
The 43-yard line.
Jackson running again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
4 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it in.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens, they claw one back.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Raiders take over 1st and 10.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Complete to number 81.
A big play there. 75 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On the option, Jackson will keep it.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 3rd down, Jackson. And the Raiders have got him.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Carr. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
Complete to Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
46 yards. And this offense is running away with this one.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for the Ravens. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Jackson. McKinnon here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
On the option is Jackson.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to make things a bit more respectable.
For the extra point.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work.
He's been a load for them to handle defensively. I know that much.
Well, look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because...
And got his man complete. 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 75 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense back out there.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens, they claw one back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Well, high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the silver and black continue to roll. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism.
Taking it right down Broadway. 30, 10, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football. To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Ingram. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
That ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down, here's Carr. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Wide open receiver complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Carr going to throw here. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. This is intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Tanner Muse able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson and Andrews lost the football. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas,
they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.